Hey guys, we're at the San Antonio Regional with 13th place winner John. And John, what'd you play today, man?
I played Snake Eyes Fire King.
Snake Eye Fire King in this format. All right, let's check it out, man.
We'll start with the standard one Ash, one Oak, one Poplar, one Snake Eyes Flamberg. I mean they're all at 101. That's all we could do. And then the honorary Snake Eyes card, 3 Witch, and that's it for the Snake Eyes cards basically. For the real like thick and thin of the deck, played Fire Kings. So we went one Barag, one Arvatar, I don't know how to say it, and then one Garunix, two Ponix. The second one caught some people off guard because everyone's playing like the standard one, but I just decided to play 2. Give me a little more follow up. Then we played the 3 Kieran, and then honestly we use more of the Fire King cards now more than the Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is just extra ways to get the Fire King cards because they just make your boards a lot more layered. That's really what you need right now. And for hand traps, we decided to play 3 Drill today, 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Ash, and I went for 3 Impermanents. So I'm sure y'all noticing there's no nib here. There's no nib in the main deck. I decided Droll would take that slot because this has more potential to pass turn, and it hurts more like U-Bell is like 50-50 chance to stop the turn completely. But Nib is like too easy to play around, and I honestly expected more of the mirror match, but I didn't really see a lot of Snake Eye Fire King players at all. But those are the hand traps. Then for the spells, we played 3 Wanted and 3 Bonfire, and we maxed out on these because we have to see starters, and we need like more bait and stuff to push through hand traps to eat them up, and. They're just solid cards. They're just extra pushes, extenders, and just hand trap bait. Then we play 2 Sanctuary and 2 Island. And the reason why some people were asking me if I had targets, because I went through one of each. But honestly, having 2 of each was so helpful today. Just gives you another Ponic search. And it just gave me more extenders because every time I saw these in my hands, I wasn't sad about it because I could just pop my Ash or pop whatever to get the Garunix, to get the Fire King cards rolling because that's the real point of the deck now is just to play Fire Kings. And then we play for the 1-ofs, 1 talents, 1 original, 1 called by, and 1 for 1. This is my 41th card, but you need it. I think you need everything in the list because 41 is not that bad. It bridges both engines, and this was so nice to see an extra starter. One thing you might notice is some people are playing Fire King Skyburn. I do not like the Skyburn, me personally, because you can't use it to dodge turn 1. Like, it's really good when you go, like, normal summon, they Veiler, you Imperm. I mean, they Imperm your Veiler or whatever, and you go Skyburn turn 2. But it doesn't do anything turn 1. And I think it's, like, win more. And I never missed it. I never missed those. So, that's it for the main deck. 41 cards. I think it's pretty solid. The nib is questionable about the main. You want to do extra deck or side?
Extra deck.
Alright. So we'll go through some cards I didn't make first. This is my 15th slot. I didn't know what else to put. And there's a situation where I thought it might come up, but overall I was losing that game anyway, so I ended up just dropping that. Did not make this. I know there's some combos that gets you a lot of recursion, but I think doing the standard line is just fine. Did not make this. There was a situation where I could have made this, and it would have cleaned up the game a little bit easier. But I won the match anyway, so it's not like needed. But I definitely think you should play. You should definitely play this, and you should probably play this, but it is debatable. We did play one of the XYZ Fire King monster. This actually saved me in a U-Bell match where I had a 3k attack monster on the field. And I went ahead and used them to Xyz into this on his turn to make it 2k defense. So he couldn't use 3 U-Bells to attack. He needed 4 and he couldn't get a 4th U-Bell monster on. So it saved me a turn against U-Bell. And I ended up winning that one, so glad I played it. Then we played Phoenix. This was really good because I used 2 monsters. I used like Anima and 1 more card, and I summoned his Magma Mutt, and then I went into a Phoenix. So I got the Magma Surge, and then I went in the Phoenix because I had no fire monsters on the field or hand. So I got to use Island to pop the Phoenix. Oh, sorry, pop the Phoenix, and then that got my Phoenix Fire King cards going. So this is definitely mandatory. I'm sure it's already, but a little like spicy tech, I guess. Play 1 Hida. I made this probably every game I got ashed. I love getting ashed in this deck because it's like nothing happened. You just want the monsters. Play 1 Anima. This is the only Link 1 I play. We could have went for Salamangreat Almirage because it is a fire and it might help in those like Fire King hands, and it also helps like dodge like I don't know rescue ace traps if you run into those. But overall, I didn't miss Almirage. I'm so glad I played Anima. It was nice. And then we played Dark. Dark just to pair up with Anima because technically any level 1 fire is Dark, and Dark is great. Then we played the Zealantis OTK, and we were going for, I know it's a super old format, but this felt better than going into the Axis code because this by itself is just easier to go into, and also I feel more safer for follow-up because then you put, if they somehow live, you still have like Phoenix later in the grave or something if it gets interrupted. It's just like stuff. 1 SP, 1 IP, pretty standard in I think every deck right now. We played 2 Princess. I know some decks will play 1, for extra slots if they have them or they need them. But I have people who play Kashtira in my locals. It really made me aware that we definitely need like 2 princesses, and I made 2 a lot. And for the last card, we played the Amblewell. A lot of the times, my board was just Amblewell plus Arvada with the whole Fire King family in the grave, and so this surprisingly won a lot of matches. I guess people just forgot how good this is to get a free negate, summon IP, and now they're like, well, now I gotta deal with IP into SP, and then if they try to beat them over, well, I got a lot of stuff like Princess and Granite and stuff, so that worked out. I'm very happy with the extra deck. This is just the only card that's debatable, honestly. I don't know what we would put in for this. It's like my 2nd tournament with the deck, so I think there's a lot still left unexplored. Maybe. For side deck, the only 3 of in my side deck, played 3 Cosmic. I'm glad I saw it when I did. I set it, hit a Throne. It was pretty good. Just 1-for-1 trades. Played him a Conco player like real early, and so funny enough that it just sealed. It just helped a lot. Now for the 2-ofs, we played 2 Crow. Basically, I just wanted something to cover like more varieties than Bestials did, and I didn't want them to go Thrust. And since if I did a Bestial and they went Thrust, they would get to play the card they added. So I went Crow just because I wanted them to kind of go neg on Thrust. And this did help, like 1 time. But yeah, it could have been a Bestial at the same time. I played 2 Phantasme. This is for Yubel or like Fire King Snake Eye to draw into like just more good cards, but I didn't see it today, unfortunately. Played 2 Dark Ruler. For my mind, this is what I was gonna play for Yubel, but I didn't see it, so I never got to really test that. Evenlies. These actually went in for a different reason, and I didn't play Runic today, so I'm really glad. I played Lab, but I won that one. So I didn't even I basically used Fire King cards to win the Lab matchup. It made it a lot easier. Then I played 2 D-Bear for Tempai, and Branded and just Rogue. Basically, I just like playing, I just had to throw in 2 D-Bear. And then I played 2 Crossout. This was because Fire King Snake Eye, or just the Snake Eye board in general, like dies to this. So that's why I also decided to throw it evenly, so I can cross out evenly, or I can cross out the talents, because you do a lot of stuff in your main phase. You don't really care about cross out in Dark Ruler because all your effects are in the grave. So Yeah, but crossout went clutch. I never got nib today, so we'll go back on that. I don't have nib on the side either, and that's just because I feel like every deck, the two best decks, because I honestly think Fire King Snake Eye is a top 3 deck. I could be wrong about that, but I think it is. And I think that deck and Yubel can play around nib so much that you just go neg. You just have it sitting in your hand. So I decided to cut nib from the side and the main. And I might be wild for that, but decided, and it worked out for me.
I mean, you taught, man. That's what matters, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think about this new format right now?
Honestly, like, my only complaint is shifter, because when someone shifters me, I pass, and a Tempai player went draw phase shifter, and I said we can go game 2, because after I saw he was playing Tempai, I just scooped, and then game 2, I didn't show a single card, so I didn't know what he was playing. He didn't know what I was playing, and he went draw phase. I said yeah. He went shifter. I stood up and shook his hand, and that was that. So. It really kills the deck. When you can play, you actually have a decent chance against most things. I didn't really have a trouble, so my only loss was like Yubel and Tempai. And Yubel, they won the die roll, and he was a good player. He was a solid player. He had more hand traps than I had pushes. And in game 2, I will say if you play this deck, you gotta be worried about Mole Charmy, because you can give someone like 4 draws, because ruining someone's from hand, Kieran, Black Witch, Poplar, it's a little much. So for future reference, I would say I'm actually thinking about cross-outing Shifter in the side, or maybe Mulcharmies. I think Mulcharmies can be put in instead of Phantasmates for sure, and DD Crows. I think these 4 can be changed. I think this is standard. This is standard for the mirror. I like this, and this is standard, but yeah, I think these 4 cards are basically the most interchangeable. That could be Mulcharmies or whatever you think.
Nice, man. Well, congrats on your top, and thanks again, man.
I appreciate it.